Hey guys, welcome along to another episode of Double Tap. We're into the inbox. I'm in a good mood today. Shaun isn't.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who said?
This is Double Tap, where blind people talk tech. Here's Stephen Scott and Shaun Preece.
Yeah, I'm in a good mood today. I don't know what's wrong with you, Preece.
Well, you say you're in a good mood. That's because you had a little weep in the night, isn't it? You know,
I did have a little weep in the night.
Once you have a good cry, Stephen Scott, you feel better. So,
it's so true. That's what it is. Yeah, I have to say I'm on some weird medication at the minute, which is adding some weird dreams to my life. I don't know what it is. Do you ever get weird dreams that you wake up and you like emote as a result of them?
No, never happens. No, I've got a firm grasp on reality, Stephen Scott.
Okay, so you're either a liar or very boring. I'm going to go with liar. Yeah, no, I'm going to go with liar. I'm going straight to liar on that. No, it's funny, right? The dreams. You ever have those dreams where you wake up and there are dreams that can really impact you? Like you believe that they actually happened. I mean, I had some horrific dreams when I was younger. And I'd wake up and like the whole week was ruined as a result of it because it was so intense. Haven't had any of those in a while. This one was different. This was more like I was kind of dreaming of, it was weird, like I was dreaming of being inside a TV show whilst watching it. And the TV show had a rather sad ending to it. It was very sad.
And you burst into tears.
And I cried. I woke up and my eyes were wet.
For the first time.
I'll be honest,
ever.
Wasn't a bad thing because I get terrible dry eye. So in some ways, actually, it was quite nice. Saved on eye drops. I was actually okay with it.
No, it is funny that I'm on, I think I said in the extra, I'm on Manjaro injections, and yeah, it gives you real vivid dreams. It's real strange, but no, I tend to forget about the dreams as soon as I wake up. Like everything else in my life, I just forget.
I have to say, you're brilliant at that. I don't know how you do. Well, I know how you do it because you just don't remember anything. It's pretty clever.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It's the first time anyone's ever said that to me, ever.
How are preparations going for your partner's birthday?
Anyway, let's move on. We got to get into that
emails,
inbox.
Is it? Right, okay, into emails.
Unbelievable. Can't believe you brought that up. Just because you cried. I said that.
I'm emotional now.
Ding dong.
Here's your mail today.
Oh, no, he's crying. Yeah, you'll be in tears by the end of that birthday. Have you figured it out yet? Have you got it all planned?
Yes, I've sorted it all out. It's all done. Don't mention it. It's all good.
Is there a local petrol garage nearby? Is there?
Gas station present.
Some presents.
I will say this. I'm so annoyed because I did buy something and I was ahead of the game, Stephen Scott. I got it all sorted out. I picked what I was going to buy.
Oh, no.
I thought, well, I got plenty of time, so I'll buy that tomorrow.
Oh, no. I know what's coming.
No, you don't. I missed it by, when did I order it? About midnight, and I missed the 45% savings due to Black Friday, Cyber Monday, whatever it was at the time. I missed it and had to pay the full price. So all those people that say, oh, these Black Friday deals, they're not real deals, they're fake deals. They probably are, but in that specific case, it cost me an extra $60 or whatever it was.
Wow.
I was gutted.
Wow.
Anyway, happy birthday,
I thought you were going to say you missed the delivery deadline. Because that's the other thing, right? I mean, if you're buying anything, especially around the Prime Day sales, I was seeing on the day that you were purchasing things on Black Friday, it was like, they were saying like Thursday, Friday of this week before you even get near the actual delivery date. So, yeah, that's another story. That might be a new problem that comes along with the exceptional price that you paid as well.
The end of humanity when it's, I can't get it next day. It's absolutely ridiculous. What are we talking here? 3 days wait? Forget it.
I heard you saying the other day on a WhatsApp message, you were a bit animated about it. That you were trying to buy something on Amazon and you weren't very happy with the Amazon website, or the Amazon app, I should say. And
it's awful.
Yeah, you're having all kinds of issues with it. Have you heard this program? Have you heard me talk about, that other place you can go where you still can get Amazon products?
Yes.
But you don't have to...
everybody knows your name.
The app, and
you're always glad you came. Yes, I know of InnoSearch. Stephen Scott.
Why didn't you go there?
Do you know what it is? It's almost like muscle memory now. It's almost like when I'm searching for something on the web, I just go straight to Google. It's just I always go straight to Amazon. But you're absolutely right. I even saved the website, search website onto my home screen of my phone.
Which you
even though
don't
they
need to do now because there's an app, yeah.
There's an app in the App Store now. So yeah, I just haven't got into the habit of using it. Bad me. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I was looking for something the other day. I've had this. My wife asked me, "What do I want for Christmas?" She says, "You've got all this stuff. You've got all the tech
what
toys
do you
you
want for Christmas?
Yeah,
I'm
what do you
interested.
get Stephen Scott for Christmas, right? So I think
Kit
I
Kats.
figured it out. Yeah, well, that would be nice. But I'd like more than that. I mean, I'd like to go, maybe more than one present this year. Just saying.
Two-finger Kit Kat.
Yeah, that's what it felt like as well. So what I decided I'd go for, I know what it meant in my head. So what I thought I'd go for this year
Yes.
is a wallet, a new wallet, because a man loves a wallet with, hang on, a wallet with RFID, meaning that no one can scan your wallet and use
Made
your
of
card.
lead. Yes.
Yes. And ideally integrated Find My capability.
Aha.
Not not an AirTag stuck inside.
Aha.
You get plenty of those. You get ones that you can put an AirTag in it. You can even, of course, you could always buy one of those wallet card type Find My things. You can not obviously from Apple, but you can get different ones.
Find My things.
Yeah, basically that's what it is, right? You just put it in the wallet. It's like a little card, like a credit
A tracker.
card. Yeah, that's the word I'm trying to come up with.
Yes, I know it is. Yes. You can get credit cards size ones. You're absolutely right. That do fit perfectly in a normal wallet.
Wasn't it called Tracker at one time? Was that not the name of the company? Was it Tracker?
Tracker. Yeah, that's
That
right.
gone?
Tracker. There's Tile.
Tile, that's the one I was thinking of. Yeah, Tile. Is that still going? Is that still a thing?
Yeah, of course it is. Yes,
Is
they're
it?
very, very popular. I think so. Yeah, I haven't checked, to be honest. Well, we're in the Apple ecosystem. Come out of your bubble, Stephen Scott. It's not just Apple.
I don't want to go
all the way.
outside. It's cold out there. It's horrible. And there's Android people.
Question.
Yes.
A wallet.
Yes.
Who uses a wallet
Oh,
anymore?
come on, Preece.
Funnily
Do you
enough-
ever leave your house?
Not with a wallet. Everything's done on my phone. What do I need a wallet for? I haven't used a physical card. I haven't used money since the 80s. It's absolutely, I mean, in every possible sense, by the way. I mean, I've never had any change in my pockets for, I can't even remember the last time. You remember you used to put all your spare change in a jar and count it up in it? Never going to happen again, sir.
Back
That's
when
the
I was
old ways.
when I were a lad, back in the day, I
the
used
big
to,
whiskey bottle.
my
bless you, Mr.
my
F.
grandmother used to have, and we still have it actually here, a gigantic piggy bank that was in the shape of a pig,
Oh.
and
that's
we'd
novel.
fill it every single day or every single week. We'd fill it up with our coins, any change we had, we'd always put it in there. She would do the same, and then every year around September time, there was a thing in Glasgow we'd do called the Glasgow Fair. And we'd go to this amazing place where there were rides and fun, and we would empty out the pig.
It's like I'm listening to Audible here.
Yeah, it's beautiful,
Tell
isn't
me
it?
more about the old days, sir.
Oh, the old days, they were so much better.
Going to the fair.
We went to the fair, the Glasgow Fair. It happened every September, and we always looked forward to it as kids. It was always a big thing, and we'd go there. But here's the thing: we would empty the pig out onto the floor,
Oof.
and we would count the money. And whatever was in the pig paid for the fair.
Yeah. No, that's what you used
It's
to
great.
do. Funnily enough, we did it just, 4 weeks ago. We did, which I said at the time, this is a monumental moment because this is going to be the last time we copper up, as we call it over here. We get all those
Never heard that
2p's
phrase.
and 1p's, coppering up. Yeah, get all those 2p's and 1p's and 5p's out of the jar that we've been using as the doorstop for the back door for the last 7 years.
Yep.
I think we had around £55 in there.
Yeah. It's amazing what you could
yeah.
get out of that pig.
Anyway,
used to
what
have
I'm
about 50
saying
quid in it.
is,
Yeah.
no one uses a wallet anymore. Thank you.
Well,
you get
yeah.
a wallet case for your phone.
But that's a
Folio
different
case.
thing. You're talking about money. You're talking about cash. Yeah, I'm not talking about putting cash in it. I'm
No,
talking about cards.
putting your cards in.
Yeah.
What cards? do you
Because
mean?
look, see, here's another problem you have. You don't spend any money.
No,
So,
I
and
don't.
I'm going to take a wild guess and say that when you're out, you probably don't spend more than, I don't know, £50 or £60.
Sorry, 50 years. What am I on holiday? What am I?
Yeah,
Christmas
exactly.
shopping?
That's my point, right? So, sometimes those of us who are spending some money, and especially if it's over £100, can't use Apple Pay. They won't let you.
What? There's a limit.
There's a limit. Yeah, I know
I've
you've
never
never
hit a
reached
limit
it. I know
in
you've
my
never
life.
reached it.
Did not know that. No.
Although,
that's a
except if
disgrace.
you're in the Apple store, you can seem to spend as much as you humanly want on Apple products. But anywhere else, I mean, some stores do. Some stores have limits or higher limits, but generally it's around £100. So if you're in a store and you want to buy something, oftentimes, sometimes I've bought something and, we'll try. Well, this is the new thing in life where you say, will we try the Apple Pay first? So we try the Apple Pay and it says, nope, didn't work. Okay, get the card out. And I have to use the card. So it means I do have to take them with me.
It's the old ways. The way of the old school, Stephen Scott. The old world, if you like. Oldie, worldy Stephen Scott with his old wallet and his keys. It's beautiful.
Love it. Well, yeah, you don't leave the house with keys either, do you? You're such a very strange person. I don't know.
Strange at all.
I don't know. Do you live in a cave? I mean, what is going on? A cave without a door, clearly.
The bloke gave me the guy who came around to change my locks the other week. He gave me a set of keys, all the new keys.
Why did he bother giving you keys? You don't.
I haven't even
use
touched them.
them.
Why did we bother changing the locks? We don't lock the door.
That's another question. Yeah, what a weird family. But anyway, yes. So that's what I'm thinking about. I'd like one with integrated Find My. So I went on to InnoSearch and I used the co-browse function because that's the best way to do it. It will go off and do the searching for you. You just tell it what you're looking for, and I couldn't find one. I couldn't find anything with integrated Find My. It seemed to be the only options were ones that you can put an AirTag into, or you could put a credit card tracker into. But yeah, if anyone knows of one, let me know. Because my wife would like to know, because she wants to buy me a present this year and she doesn't know what else to buy me. So I thought, well, a new wallet would be nice. And I want a zip one. That's the other thing. I don't like ones without zips.
Shall I tell you what I bought Sarah?
Yeah, go on then.
Keep everyone gathering.
Don't tell her, okay? Don't tell
closer.
her. Come close, right? Okay, I'm listening.
She like you, she's into her coffee.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yeah.
We're ever getting a Costa coffee or a Starbucks or whatever it may be.
I want a coffee.
So she wanted a coffee machine.
Coffee machine?
She didn't know which one, and we've had a few different ones in the past, and she's never got on with them. And when I say coffee machine, I don't mean proper, where you got to do things with, ingredients like beans and...
You become a barrister, I believe is the right word, isn't it?
Yes, I don't want to become the blind barrister here. I want to throw a pod in there, press a button, and it does it. Of course, once you dive into the world, like everything else in our world, it's like, well, is that going to be accessible? Is that just a touch screen? So, I have no idea. At the end, that one will do. Because as ever, it's always the thought that counts. I got so utterly sick of trying to find out if it's going to be accessible.
I think the thought only counts if you actually put some thought into it. I think that's the only time that works.
Well, that's a good 15 minutes searching in Amazon.
15 minutes? That's a lot for you, in fairness. I'm going to give you that. Do you know what? You're a hero, Shaun Preece.
Thank you.
Good
very
for you.
much.
Good for you.
Love you, Sarah.
Now, it's interesting because... what are we on today? So this is today is my birthday. Actually, it is my birthday today. What have you got me? I just remembered. that's my life. No, it's my birthday today. So hang on,
Happy birthday!
So Sarah's birthday's not far from mine.
No, it's not.
We're December babies.
Yes, you are, which makes it absolutely. Can I just say, two December babies' parents. What could you not have just thought about it a bit more? I mean, Christmas, birthday. So now I've got more presents to buy because it's Christmas as well. You got the birthday bit and then the Christmas bit. Anyway, I'm not happy about that.
I was meant to...
How old are you?
Hang on.
Let me... bit of maths.
4 minus 5 is 1. No, hang on, that's not right.
Okay,
5 minus 4. 44, I think I am.
But a wee bairn.
Am I 44?
A wee baby. Anyway, happy birthday, Stephen Scott. I didn't forget.
I've never told this story. In fact, I only found it out very recently. And it's funny the things you learn. You talk to your parents later in life and you start to learn little things about your life you never knew. Things just come up, in conversation. And this one, which I thought I probably should have known a little bit earlier, although it doesn't really matter, I suppose. But I learned that I was premature, which is partly down to my eye condition, right? Or what became my eye condition. Yes. I didn't realize that. I didn't know that. And I was meant to be born on, wait for it, Jesus' birthday.
Oh, are you saying there's some sort of relevance to that, Stephen Scott? Are you claiming something?
I'm saying nothing. I'll let the historians. I'll let the historians decide. Yeah, I was meant to be born on the day of our Lord.
Oh, that's a beautiful thing.
Other lords are available.
Yeah.
But
Other deities are available. Okay, good to know. Other than Stephen Scott. What a claim.
I was kind of thinking more Steve Jobs, to be honest. But yeah, I suppose. I'm off to the Apple Store again. There it is. Oh, it's beautiful.
Well, it's good to know. You know, we've gone through the birthday chat, and it's good to know that we didn't take a long time to get into the.
Should we just start again with that? Let's just start again with it. Come on. We didn't even bother with it. We get one email. Oh dear.
Ding dong.
Here's your mail today.
Douche.
I'm so sorry, listeners. We do try to get to the emails, but
it's so bad.
I get excited, you know, and it's my birthday.
Happy, but you know what? I cannot sing, or indeed the entire household cannot sing happy birthday.
Do you know how unprepared I am for my birthday? I didn't even have the happy birthday song ready to go for myself.
This is a disgrace. Our dog goes crazy as soon as you say "ha." He will go crazy at you. So you can't sing it.
Oh, you could have recorded that, right? You could have filmed that.
Yeah,
and we could have played it in.
All right, we'll do it tomorrow.
Okay.
Or the day after. Or maybe next year.
Just wait till next year. Forget it. It's done. It's over with.
Emails.
Here's Craig.
Hi, folks. Again, thanks as usual for all the tech information. I also find your personal insights about what it's like to be blind really interesting. I'm obviously, from time to time, kept you updated on guide dog weight and also white cane training. Still no dog, still cane training.
Oh.
It'll never be my best friend, but I'll get used to it perhaps. Admittedly, the training has been a learning curve. Not until you need to find them do you realise there is so much clutter. Also, seen something on RNIB with suggestions for cane names. Not really my thing, but friends thought it hilarious. One named it after a famous actor, Michael. The other after a very illegal substance, definitely not being used. I can see the looks on trains when my friend asked if I'd brought it. I could be arrested. Anyhow, enough of that. I've never thought I'd email about cutting up your food. People need to make choices that suits their needs. Sometimes we'll never have the confidence to do that kind of thing again, and I don't think it's for anyone else to judge that they can. From my own perspective, I never had daily living skills training when I lost my sight 19 years ago within 6 months. At that point, you're more concerned about the future, so I never got that training. Even buttering toast is a chore. So even the offer, in the pizza shop to cut it up, is helpful. I can't be judged on whether I can or want to cut up my food. People have skills they're good at. You're both great at tech, far better than me, and the advice is always helpful. Perhaps Stephen will be better at working with his guide dog than me. Perhaps not. But you get into bad habits. So, not wanting to sound a bit negative Julian, but don't want to be judged on what I can or can't do. Anyhow, weather's decent, normally dog walking, but cane practice instead. Thanks for all you do. Apologies a bit for the rant. Craig in sunny west of Scotland.
Well, thanks, Craig. Well, I'm guessing from that you're not getting on so well with the dog, which doesn't sound great for you, but dealing with the cane, I mean, it's funny because for years I used to really defend the cane, and I was like, oh, the cane. I mean, you know, I used to really get annoyed when people who were guide dog owners would go back to using the cane, and they were, oh, this cane is so terrible. Oh, how can I get around? I can't do anything. Yes. And I keep finding obstacles. It's terrible. And I'd be like, no, don't talk down the cane. Now I'm kind of like, you know, first walk with the guide dog, like, get rid of that cane.
I was going to say, yeah, you were still taking up that stance till about 2 weeks ago. What are you talking about?
I know.
And now, yeah, the cane's rubbish.
No, it's not rubbish. It's definitely not rubbish. But it's,
are you sure? I believe that's what you said.
Is it? Oh, well, in your head, perhaps. But then you forget everything. So maybe I didn't, you don't know.
No, listen, it doesn't matter how long it takes, right? There's no denying that you know, you say the cane's not your best friend yet, but it will be. Absolutely. I can't even imagine. I can't take a step without my cane. And maybe that's actually not a good thing to say, but I just feel so comfortable with my cane and so uncomfortable without it now. And, you know, I haven't had any O&M training, but it's just something that I need, and it just becomes part of you after a while. I don't even think about the cane anymore.
No, I don't think you do. And I think it gets to a point where, look, you and I, when we first met, we've said this many times on the air, but we've talked about it personally as well. You know, when you and I first met, that was the story we clicked on, was how we really did not want to use our canes in public. because we just didn't feel comfortable at that point.
I was at the stage of just losing my way on a sidewalk.
Yeah.
So I just had a drop in vision where, I could get turned around on a sidewalk before I could see, the 20% of the poles I was about to walk into. I could follow the curb edge. So, and at that point, I was using and carrying around a cymbal cane, mostly in my pocket. Like we've all been there.
Yeah.
It's difficult.
Yeah. It is.
And it's you throwing a proper full-length mobility cane at me and saying, right, use it. And I actually did. I never would have picked one up other than, you actually just saying, use this.
And to be fair, I wouldn't even recommend that as advice to other people to do because, you do need training.
To me. Yeah.
Well, I kind of thought, you're the kind of guy, you're resourceful, and I thought you'll figure this out. And you did.
Yes.
And it made such a difference. I remember you calling me one day and saying, I've just gone to the shop myself. And it was like the first time you'd done that in quite a while, at least comfortably.
Yeah.
Because you had been going to the shop, obviously, yourself before, but you were starting to get really nervous about doing it. You were trying to avoid it.
I tell you what it was. I was keeping to the routes that I had known for the longest time. The routes I felt comfortable with and, I could almost do with my eyes closed because basically I was.
Yeah.
But as soon as we first met, when I met up with you, I was like, okay, I'm in unfamiliar ground here and I am struggling. And that's when it first hits you. Forgive the pun. It's when it first hits you that, oh my God, I really can't see.
Mm-hmm.
Before you sort of bluff your way through it and I'm all right actually, but that's because it's somewhere you've walked 1,000 times before.
You do when you're losing your vision. I think you get into a very false sense of security. You can give yourself a false sense of security if you never leave your environment. And then when you do leave that environment and you go somewhere else, I mean, look, in my case now, it is crossing a road and going up a different street to the one I would normally walk. Like when I'm walking to my mum's house, if I was to cross the road as I did on that particular walk that day with Coco, I crossed the road and tripped over something I still to this day have no idea what it was I fell over. But, it felt terrifying. It actually felt like I just, for whatever reason, stood up on this pile of bricks or something and then just came off the end of it. I don't know where I was or what had happened, but I'd never experienced it before because I'd never walked on that side of the road before.
Yes.
And it's funny, nobody who's sighted would ever think that, a foreign country is across a street. But that is the case when you're blind or you're low vision. You know this road, you can almost tell, right? I mean, a lot of navigation tools that we use when you're trained with O&M especially, and even more recently when I was getting the guide dog training at the early days, part of it, was, using locations like, okay, once you find this particular lamppost, that's the point you'll cross the road. When I was using the cane at that point. And it's those kind of things that, again, if you were to put me across the road, I would lose all that. So I'd lose my bearings very quickly. And those bearings are usually physical, fixed to the ground somewhere that I'm using to navigate. But, when you're low vision, it's terrifying. It is terrifying. It is terrifying when you get out and about. But look, you are going to get there, Craig. Using the cane you'll get used to it. It will take time. And it will become second nature to you. I just hope you're getting enough of the O&M training. And the daily living skills training, I mean, that is really important as well. It really is. But the challenge is getting access to it. Getting someone actually to come out and be able to help you with that and give you the skills. And I'm talking about the UK here. I know there's centres in other parts of the world. I mean, we've had emails from people around the world and in the States in particular. And you hear about all these facilities that people get taken to. And the services are amazing. Well, they do. Yeah. They get often taken to these centres or services or whatever it might be. And they're actually given huge amounts of skills. Amazing stuff.
The fact that the resources are there, but I don't know. I think it is harder and harder to get these resources to people. And some of that is because of our pushback against that. Again, a lot of the acceptance of it and getting people to actually accept the help is half the battle as well, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I watched it's totally off topic, but I watched a movie at the weekend called I Swear, which I would strongly encourage you if you're able to in your country. I don't know if it's available everywhere yet. It's still in cinemas in the UK. It's a Scottish movie, but we're based in Scotland. And it's about a guy called John Davidson who has lived with Tourette's for a very long time, since I think the age of 14. he started realizing something wasn't quite right. He was ticking. He was making loud noises. Lots of things were starting to happen in his life. And this film charts his story. And he's gone on to become a speaker, someone who wants to talk about Tourette's, teach people about it. He says, the problem I find is, and it's very similar to our world of blindness, that he said it's not the condition that's a problem, it's people's understanding of it or lack of understanding. They just don't know what it is. And the film is harsh. It's a difficult watch because it's getting into the real nitty gritty of how he had to deal with lots of scenarios. Like, imagine walking up to a policeman and then shouting, horrific obscenities at this policeman. He was carrying what he thought in this particular scene, a pack of drugs under his jumper. And he's shouting at the police, I've got drugs, I've got drugs, I've got drugs. And of course, he's realizing what he's doing. Turned out he didn't, actually. It was all right. And if you watch the film, you'll understand the context of that. But it was just it was so similar in some ways. There was a little bit of like parallel life going on there when I was watching it. I thought this is very parallel to our lives in the lack of understanding. People just don't know.
So you're saying disability is a social problem?
Good to know. Absolutely partly a social problem, yes. Absolutely it is. No, you're right.
I'm deliberately
I know. As I've said many times, it's more than one thing, though. It is a social problem. Absolutely, as I've been saying that for years. But it's the people who tell me it's only a social problem I have an issue with. It's not only a social problem.
No, absolutely, of course, yeah. I think
tell my dad who's got Parkinson's that, he should be proud of it. I think he'll, when his hand settles down from the shaking, he'll slap you right across the face with it. Because he'll say, don't be so silly. I think we have to get real about it a little bit. I mean, look, there's a difference between Parkinson's and blindness, I think. Again, that's an opinion of mine.
Again, if you stray from the expected behavior or expected, I don't know, even appearance or whatever, the social norms, then, people treat you differently.
Yeah.
And that could come down to a physical disability, a mental, it could be anything like that. So, yeah, you're right. We talked the other day about how it's easier when you let go and, I've got no usable vision as such. I find I'm actually more relaxed, more stress-free. I think that's because I don't have to explain myself I don't even think anymore of trying to explain to people
Is it what
I'm doing.
It's funny, I was thinking about that the other day. Is it that we don't have to explain ourselves as much because you get the impression that they understand by seeing you? Oh,
people
this
know
guy's
straight
blind,
away,
right?
There's a blind guy, yeah.
Or is it that we just choose not to anymore? Because I think it's twofold here, right? I don't think it's just one thing. I think that it's also that we also maybe decide in ourselves, look, I'm blind, get over it. Because I think especially when you're low vision going blind, you go through such a period of either, not being quite sure yourself how much vision you've got, worrying about it, dealing with it, denying it. All that goes on. All that storm is going on in your head all those times.
Yep. Then
there's a point that comes where you can't fight the storm anymore because the storm's kind of calmed down. Actually, it's all that's it. There's nothing there. So you're kind of like, you know what? Okay. It's like funny. So I saw on a YouTube clip the other day when I was I think it was the one we did on the news I was giving people about the guide dogs story, the fact that I'm going on training and that I wasn't initially accepted because of my not going out enough.
Yes.
And someone had put, and I know they were having fun. I know they were. Thankfully, I read the whole comment because they said, "Oh, the reason Stephen didn't get a guide dog is because he can see too much." But then it was followed up with hee. So I was like, okay, yeah, fine, all right, you're having a laugh, all right, fine.
Yeah, devil face, yeah.
But
okay.
even that's now not bothering me as much as it used to because I'm kind of like, well, you know what? If you think that, you think that. I can't stop you from thinking anything. I can't help someone who wants to come along to me and accuse me of not being blind enough to fit whatever. I mean, I don't know what you're expecting me to pour bleach into my eyes to finish them off, or just pull them out. I mean, what do you want?
Don't try this
on air. Pull my eyes out for you. Would that help? I just, it's like at what point?
Help with the ratings. Yeah,
would that be a good idea?
Would be great.
I just think, when is it enough for you? It's like, I don't need. And I think that's what I'm getting to in my life. I'm getting the confidence enough to say I don't need to prove myself to you. I don't need to prove myself to you that I am anything more than what I am. And even if I have low vision, and this is the hardest bit, It's easier to say it now. I will say this. It is easier to say it from this perspective. But if I could say to myself, you know how they always have these videos on social media, what would you say to your 17-year-old self? If I was to say anything to that person, I would like to say, try and be more confident in who you are and don't apologize for it. You know, if you broke your leg, you wouldn't go around saying to people, I'm sorry I broke my leg. So why do we go around apologizing for our vision or having
in
no
our
vision?
case, it's because we're British and that's what we do.
Yeah.
So sorry.
You know what I mean, though, right? It's just
A more confident Stephen Scott. Yeah, I think that everyone would want that. Yeah, no, that sounds great.
But that's the thing, right?
I know what you're saying.
That's the thing, though. That, like I lost so much confidence from 2017. I mean, it was hard. The benefit of being Scottish is you just turn it into anger. That's all we do. And
angry or confident Stephen Scott.
Yeah, which one do you want? You decide.
Wow.
A or B. Text in immediately. That's the thing. So, I feel now I'm at a point where I do feel like I'm kind of, the plane is up in the air. We've gone through the turbulence. We're now flying at a decent altitude and they're serving the drinks and it feels quite nice. That's it's a sunny day outside. Although, obviously, the blinds are closed.
Okay, that was beautiful. I don't know what to say to that. Oh, I do. I know what to say. When it comes to cutting up your food, you're absolutely right. Except for pizza. I mean, who can have a pizza that's not been cut into slices?
That's ridiculous. I mean, you absolutely need to have that
awful.
cut.
What are you meant to do with that? Take bites out of it like a giant cookie or something? I mean, it
knife
makes
and
no
fork.
sense.
Knife and fork your way through the whole thing.
You don't use a knife and fork for a pizza, do you?
I did once. And then I was told
you're
off.
Bad. And a burger as well? Do you use a knife and fork?
Well, it depends, because if I don't want the bun, then I'll have
you're
the burger.
awful. What are you having a burger for if you don't want the bun?
The only time I have the burger with the bun is when there's cheese on it, because you can't pull them apart because you'll lose half the cheese and half the burger.
Buy a steak. Be a grown-up. Buy a steak.
I don't like steak.
Why are you having just a burger with no fat?
I don't like steak.
What, you like burgers? Burger and steak?
But that's not the same thing. No, it's not.
Meaty.
It's not the same. It's a different kind of meat. Well, it's the same meat, but it's just been minced.
Anyway, thank you so much. Next email.
And I'm pro-mince. I didn't think I'd shout that in the middle of a show.
Happy birthday.
It's my birthday, and if I'm pro-mince, I'm pro-mince. I can't wait to see I can't wait to see the TikTok video on that one. Right, let's move on. And who else is here?
Hi, Double Tap team. Thanks for reading and responding to my email on the show. I'm very excited to hear that story in December. It also happens to be my birth month, so thanks for the present.
Oh, your birthday as well.
Yes, if you're still taking nickname suggestions, you know Scully and Mulder from The X-Files? Well, what about Scowly and Mutter, or Scowly and Madder? You decide who's who. From the Oosh Files. Whee! Keep being awesome, Laura, Stephen, and Sean. Happy tapping, Yana.
The Oosh Files.
Oosh Files. Whee! Ah, it's beautiful. Well, of course, you're Scowly, aren't you?
I guess. Yeah, of course I am.
And when you say Mutter, I say Muttley with my...
I think you're getting a little bit Scowly these days. Notice a little change in you.
Well, I'm the happy-go-lucky fella.
No, you used to be the happy-go-lucky... I can't say it. Happy-go-lucky guy. Happy-go-lucky. No, obviously he can't be happy-go-lucky because he's never getting any keys. But no, I think I've been a Scowly the past little while. I was getting worried about you for a while, actually. So with the audience, they were writing in saying, "Oh, what's wrong with Sean?"
Who was that? No, they weren't.
Yeah, they were.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry. I will try and be better.
I don't know. I'm sorry, Anna. I can't remember the story you're talking about that you were excited about. I don't remember what that is. So, because there's no point asking Sean. So,
it's about the your guide dog story. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, sorry, I don't know the context there.
I was going to say, if you got that right, that'd be incredible. Maybe it is. Ting! Let's just say it is. Let's just say it is. Okay, fine.
Thank you. It's everyone's birthday. Happy birthday.
There we go.
Yeah,
right. Well. Let's move on to our next email then.
Hi, Double Tap. I just wanted to pass on that what you were referring to on the 5th of November show as live detection is now called live recognition. There is even a shortcut built in to enable it without using the magnifier. You can either ask Siri and it will tell you the shortcut, or just do a 4-finger triple tap to start or stop live recognition. All the best, David in Exeter.
Thank you, David in Exeter. Whatever that is.
Live recognition. What did we call it? Live detection. Yeah, you're probably absolutely
No, I think he
correct.
is absolutely right on that one.
Sorry about that. Yeah, we get confused now and again. It's also in the rotor as well, isn't it now? Or at
Well,
least
you've got to
can
put it
add
in the
to
rotor.
the
Yeah,
rotor.
you can add it to it. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can get to it many ways. But the 4-finger quadruple tap or whatever it is now, I can't remember, even though you just told me. I totally forgot. Is the quickest way to do it. You're absolutely right.
Unbelievable. Don't ask me what it is. Right, moving on. Here's the next email.
Hi, Double Tap. I've been listening to you for a while, but this is my first time writing in.
Oh.
I was recently in the market for a wireless keyboard, and I stumbled upon your episode where Stephen recommended the Logitech K950.
Yes.
I decided to give it a chance, since it was less expensive than the MX keys. I've only had it for a few days, but I have to say I absolutely love it.
Yay!
The key action almost feels like an Apple keyboard, if they just had a bit more travel. I appreciated how the F4, F8 and F12 keys have small tactile bumps in the top right to track where you are when using function keys. If there is one thing I hate, it is having to count which function key I'm on from left to right. My only minor complaint is that the insert key to the left of the home key has been changed to a language toggle key. This is because I prefer to use JAWS and NVDA in laptop layout at all times, even with the full-size keyboards. That way, the number pad is always available and I don't have to memorize 2 layouts. Having 2 JAWS or NVDA modifier keys available is also convenient. This can be changed back to insert with Logi options, although I might not need the options software since insert can also be activated in the default configuration by holding the function key while pressing the language toggle key. The function row can also be set to behave as standard function keys by holding function plus escape. Thanks for the recommendation and keep up the great work, Max.
Well, I'm glad you're happy, Max. Another satisfied customer of the Stephen Scott Review Shop.
Ah, that's beautiful. Well done, Stephen Scott. Can I just say as well, I assume we've got a jingle for this. I've also bought something.
Oh, hang on a minute. This is incredible.
Oh, sorry, was I was waiting for...
No, because there's no jingle for what Shaun bought this week. The only one we ever got done, which I don't have here, was what Shaun might buy this week, because we know you don't buy things.
What Shaun bought this decade. I'll tell you what I bought this decade, Stephen Scott, is the Keychron B6 Pro MX Keys Killer keyboard.
Well done, sir. Well done.
You convinced me with all the talk of all its features and, of course, price. Yeah. So, yeah, I went on and I did buy it. And gotta say, it's very nice, Stephen Scott. It is very nice. It's so similar to the MX keys. It's almost scary. I'm going to say it's almost a complete rip-off.
It does feel like a complete... Well, in some ways, right? Because it is and it isn't. It feels like if Logitech made a cheap version of the MX keys.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So it's Bluetooth. It also comes with a 2.4 Wi-Fi dongle, so you can connect it that way as well if you want.
Not a Wi-Fi dongle. What are you talking about?
It is a Wi-Fi dongle, yes. 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi dongle.
Wi-Fi?
That's what it is. Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
I thought it was something else.
What did you think
Well,
it was?
I thought
Bluetooth?
Remember those old keyboards you would buy with the little USB dongle you would get? Usually a Logitech or whatever. Remember it would come with that little... What was
They're
that?
also Wi-Fi dongles, yes.
Are they?
They're little Wi-Fi dongles.
I never knew that. I learned something today. On my birthday, I learned something.
That's beautiful.
A beautiful moment.
The reason for that is because it can... think of the refresh rate. It's called the polling. So the polling rate on that is 1,000 hertz.
Right, okay, I don't care
every
now.
key press is anyway, it doesn't really matter unless you're gaming, so don't worry about it. But it just gives you another way of connecting that keyboard to a computer. Especially important for a Mac, by the way. If you've ever tried to use a third-party keyboard on a Mac, and during the power up or the boot up process, you want to access, something,
yes,
like a different option.
Yeah,
you're not going to be able to do that unless you're hardwired into it or using an Apple-specific keyboard. If you use one of those dongles, it acts like you're actually physically plugged in, so you can do it that way.
God,
anyway,
I know. Mine of information. Sometimes you really do surprise me. It's like I often think there he just sits there in his shed,
forgetting everything,
everything, doesn't know what's going on, dropping things all over the place, and actually you're quite useful.
Thank you. Anyway, look, this
patronizing much.
I do love the MX keys. I think it's one of my favorite. And at the price that it's at, which is around $110 or something like that. It goes up and down, but it's around the $100 mark. Maybe even more actually. It's one of my favorite ones. I really do love it. I would go with this Keychron B6 Pro for my next keyboard. And the only difference is, and this is the only criticism I can have on it, it feels a little bit cheap.
Yeah.
And it feels unfair to say it feels a little bit cheap because the whole thing about it is it's cheaper. And, the build quality is it's still fine, but it doesn't feel quite as quality as the MX keys. The typing action is fine, but it still feels a little bit cheaper than the MX keys. But again, that's because it is. It's almost half the price. And, again, depending on when you buy it, half the price. I think it's a great keyboard.
It's like you bought it in a market stall in Egypt. It's just the knockoff version of.
Yeah, it is. But when I'm saying that, it's because there's nothing terrible about it. It's not cheaper and therefore it's going to fall to bits. It feels perfectly solid. By the way, it's just the keys don't feel quite as nice in the action when you're typing as the MX keys, and the MX keys isn't perfect either.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's very nice. The one issue I did find was that I did go to the Keychron launcher, which is the software. Well, basically, it's a website. Software through a website. It's really weird. But you go to the website, launcher.keychron.com, and that's where you connect to the keyboard, and then you can change the settings, you can do the firmware. Now, it does say in all the reviews for the B6 Pro that you can change the key assignments, you can set up macros. It's really cool. I wasn't able to do that. And I have done it on another Keychron, so I know it's there. But on this specific one, I couldn't do it. Now, it could be a case I've just missed something or there was an error when I connected it. But that's the only thing. So if you want to change the key assignments, you'd have to do it the old-fashioned way. Unless I'm just missing something. I don't know. But
So,
it's an absolutely fine keyboard. It's great.
A couple of key differences, I think, to talk about. One is key, yeah. Four connections, right? Not 3 with the MX keys. That's one thing that does seem to.
Yes, you
We know
have
on
3
it.
Bluetooth connections, which are on your 1, 2, and 3 on your number row instead of your F1 or F2 or F3, which are on standard Bluetooth keyboards. On the MX keys, you have a specific row above the home and an insert key, the 6-key panel for switching devices. But yeah, on this one, you can have the 1, 2, and 3 for 3 separate devices, and you got the Wi-Fi dongle connection, so you can have up to 4 devices.
And you
Which
could,
is
and one of
nice.
those could be wired as well, right? You could wire it.
And
in.
the other option is wired. So on the MX keys, you do have a USB port, but it's only for charging. So if your battery runs out and you plug in a cable, you can't use it until it charges a bit. Admittedly,
Right.
it takes literally a couple of minutes to charge and you can use it. But with the B6 Pro, you can actually plug a USB cable in and use it like it's wired. You've got the wired connection as well. It's not just for charging. It's great. No backlights on the B6 Pro.
Yeah.
The MX keys has lots of backlights. Again, I don't care about that, but someone might. Aside from that, it's great.
And it's very Harry Potterish. And I've never read or listened
Pardon?
to or watched anything to do with Harry Potter in my life, but I believe
What?
wasn't there a platform on a train station, extra platform or something that only showed up?
Just stop it.
Anyway,
I can't believe you.
the point is they have an extra F key, an extra function key on
F13.
F13. It's a Harry Potter world over here. You
And
get an
3/4.
extra- yeah, that's right. 13 3/4.
You know what? This
Which is
is
quite
also
cool.
it's not assigned to anything as far as I know. I did press it a few times.
But you
the
could
other
assign
day.
it to whatever you want, couldn't you?
But if you can, if the keyboard, have you looked into trying to assign?
No, I haven't yet, but I'm wondering, sometimes it's the way it's connected up. So
Yes.
have you had a pair of eyes on this website?
No, I haven't. That's why I'm not saying you can't do it. It's just, I was unable to do it. But maybe if I connect it through a wire. But I did go through, it was accessible. You go to the website and the very first thing there is connect. You tap on that and it comes up with a list of devices. I wasn't able to read the device name, which makes me slightly nervous. So
Right,
I will
okay.
get a pair of eyes on it. But there was just a connect button. And I hit connect and it said connected. And it said there wasn't a firmware update. I wasn't able to find any setting for, customizing the keys. But that's not to say it's not there.
Yeah, it's a good keyboard. I'm sorry, here I am. You're telling us all about this wonderful keyboard you bought.
The K950
no, go
is
buy this
great.
one. The K950 that you've got, though, from MX Keys, that would be arguably the cheaper version. I don't know if it is the cheaper version necessarily. Again, the prices change all the time, and with Black Friday sales, obviously wrapping up now, but you know, you do sometimes find that these prices do go up and down enough. And of course, the price we paid for the B6 Pro will go back up to probably 50, 60. So what's that about? Maybe $80 Canadian, $70 Canadian, something like that. So, you know, it's going to bounce around a lot. So it's one of those things, if you're looking for a keyboard, you're going to have to, you know.
We talked about this though, right? If it did go up, right, I paid the equivalent here in the UK was, I think, what was it, £32 or something like that I paid for it on sale. Now, if that was £50, I'm not sure I would feel quite the same way about it.
Yeah, it felt. I mean, don't get me wrong, it feels okay. I very similar to me to the Sateki type keyboards that you buy. There's a very. I remember was it Rebecca who told us about that one. There was one which had 4 connections as well, 4 Bluetooth connections, or 4 or 3 Bluetooth perhaps and 1 wired, something like that. And it was kind of similar. Basically, they're all going off the Apple Magic Keyboard design. That's really where they're going. So the MX Keys was kind of the first one to come out. And it really, I mean, that keyboard was so popular and still is. I mean, there's never been a replacement for it. There's been a small update with the MX Keys S, which I think fixed a couple of issues in the original one. But I was thinking, because they had brought out a new MX Master mouse, and I thought, well, it's interesting they've updated that, but they haven't updated the keyboard yet. So maybe that's to come later in
I hope so.
Next year.
It is still a great keyboard, by the way.
It is,
and you know, if for like in the shed here, now I've got the MX Keys, and I don't think I'd swap it out. But the interesting thing is that if one of my MX Keys did break, would I buy another one? Would I say, you know what, this B6 Pro is actually close enough, and for half the price?
Well, that's the key, right? It's half the price. Yeah.
Also, the other thing to say quickly, sorry, the Logitech option software, we talked about the accessibility and all of that as well. But if you do assign your, add smart actions and macros to your keys, that is saved on the software. Whereas on the B6 Pro, it's saved to the keyboard. So you don't need any software at all. So if you take that keyboard somewhere else, those customizations stay on the keyboard, which is another cool thing. If we can actually do it, I will let you know.
So I had to make a couple of adjustments to a Keychron keyboard for my wife on her desk. And I was able to take the keyboard into my office, plug it into my computer, make the necessary adjustments.
Yep.
Using Ira. Got it done. And you're right. Once you then plug it back into the other computer, all those settings are already saved. That is pretty cool. It's all saved right onto the board. I mean, it is. I'd say that the Keychron keyboard to me is a little bit like an Android phone, and the MX Keys is like an iPhone. That's how I would describe it. And what I mean by that is that you've kind of got a lot more options to customize and do things the way you want to do them with the Keychron. I mean, for example, there's a switch on the back of it. There's 2 switches if you buy one, you'll notice. One's for power. The other is to determine whether or not you're connected to a Windows machine or a Mac. That can get a little bit annoying if you're switching between 2 devices all the time, because when you do that on a Logitech MX Keys keyboard, the software or whatever within the keyboard knows what it's connected to and will adjust the keys accordingly, so it'll all work the way it's intended to.
Also magically, yes.
Doesn't do that with the Keychron. You have to switch it manually on the back. So you've got a lot more manual kind of control, which some people love, and that's why it's popular.
If you're sat in front of the keyboard, by the way, if you've got one, because it's really difficult to understand, they're all different switch positions here. The switch on the far left is between PC or Mac layout, and you switch it to the right, that's Mac, to the left is PC. The other switch isn't actually an on-off switch. It's the connection type selector, which is Bluetooth, cable, or 2.4 Wi-Fi. So whichever one you're using, you switch that switch. And do I remember which the positions are?
Oh, no, hang on. No, well, just to clarify that, on the B6 Pro, it is a power switch. But I think you're thinking about the Keychron, is it the K6 Max or K6, whatever you've got, the other one?
No,
because that one has got the input selector, if you like, or the output selector.
And so does the B6 Pro.
Does it?
Yeah, that's
what
exactly
have I been switching on? Is this why
I have no idea.
Well, this might explain why it stopped working earlier.
There's 3 positions on the switch on the right-hand side. That is your connection type. I think to the far right is Bluetooth, to the middle is cable, and to the left is 2.4.
So what you're saying is, I'm an idiot.
But it's your birthday, so we'll say it was just an oversight on Stephen's part there.
There we
He's
go.
wrong. Okay, good.
Not for the first time. Okay, well, look, thank you for that, Max. I hope you have a great keyboard experience with your K950, and I hope we don't cost you more money by going out and buying the B6 Pro. But it sounds like you're perfectly happy with what you've got, which is fantastic. Let's move on.
Hi, Stephen and Shaun. I don't want to dissuade anyone from updating to Windows 11, but perhaps it is worth it to mention that in the EU, Windows 10 got a 1-year extension of security updates. You have to request the extension of support in the settings, but it is free if you use your example of Windows 10 legally. This option may come handy for some. About Rufus. On a Hungarian IT mailing list, I read a few reactions. According to the gossips, if you install Windows 11 on a computer that is not equipped for this version of the operating system via Rufus, you won't get updates from Microsoft after a certain time. It can be a false information, but I've read it from different users independently. They say it happened to them. So it may be worth it to look again in an episode, just to check. I hope Shaun is getting better soon. All the best from Budapest. Peter.
Oh, Peter, I'm so sorry. We've also been sitting on that email for a while. Shaun is feeling great. Although, mind you, that could be last week.
I'm always ill, so thank you very much. Now, how long have we got to talk about Rufus?
Okay, so this was one of our Double Tap extras. Robin Christopherson sent in a demo of how to set up and use Rufus to take an older PC and put Windows 11 on it. Perhaps your computer didn't have the required TPM chip, which I don't even know what that means, but apparently if the computer doesn't have it, then it isn't able to accept Windows 11, but that's now been found out not to be entirely true. You can work around it, and this application or whatever it is can actually help you to do that. So Robin did a demo of it, but this is an interesting update on this. So what we're hearing here is that essentially, if you do it, it is kind of at your own risk, right? You're taking a risk by doing this because it may well be the case that your hardware may not get future updates, big updates.
Yeah, it's specifically feature updates. So this is basically a hack around to make it possible, as you said, to install Windows 11 on hardware that doesn't have Secure Boot or TPM 2.0, which is the security aspect of modern hardware. So you can install it on older hardware, but if you try to update the feature updates of Windows 11, 25.H1 or 24H, the big releases, the big updates, it will fail on a lot of hardware. Now, not everything, but a lot. Now, you can still run those updates manually, but to be honest, I'm not going to get into that here. We're going through the tech side of it because it is a little bit involved, but you can still do it. But the bottom line is that if you do install Windows on older hardware, the way you're doing it, even using Rufus, is a little bit of a workaround. Not even a little bit. It is a workaround, and there may be issues trying to run Windows 11 on older hardware. So, yeah, you're absolutely right, and thank you for bringing it to our attention, and we should actually have said that, I think.
Well, it's good to know. I mean, I think all of this is a workaround, right? I mean, if your hardware isn't technically supporting Windows 11, then it's probably time for you to make, a serious decision. Is it time for you to save up the money and buy a new computer? And, we've been saying this, I know the temptation is to always jump to, but it costs so much money. But there are so many other options open to us now. I mean, I've been talking about the mini PCs that I've been trying out, and some of them are really good. I mean, you could spend under $200 and get a really decent machine. I mean, for web browsing, for email, for document writing, for using web services like ChatGPT if you wanted to. You're not going to be able to do AI on your computer.
90% of the users out there is more than enough.
Yeah, for most
people. But even
people.
saying that, as was said right at the start there, there's no absolute need to update to Windows 11. Windows 10...
That's the other option,
I know it's end of life and you're not going to get security updates. For most people out there, home users, security updates, we're not going to worry too much about that until there's something, a massive attack where it's an email that comes in, as soon as it comes into your inbox, you're infected or something like that. Then, of course, you need to worry. But for most people, we're going to carry on with Windows 10. So there's no massive need to update to Windows 11 either.
I've spoken to so many people who've been scammed over the years, and their machines are fully up to date. And you've had people, on one occasion, I remember someone getting in touch with a friend who was having computer problems at that very moment. He got a phone call on his mobile saying that the person was from Microsoft and that they could help. And he said, "Oh, great, that's wonderful. Thank you so much."
Timing is everything.
Absolutely. And they said, can we connect to this browser? You can go to this browser, you put in this address. that will give us access to your computer and we can fix it. The person did that and then found within about 5 minutes he was completely locked out of his computer, couldn't access it, lost access to everything. The computer itself was now useless to him, and I think he'd been done out of like £3,000.
Wow.
I mean, it was unbelievable how much access they got and how much they were able to get into. So it can happen. And that his computer, by the way, was fully up to date with the latest software.
Yeah, you basically
security.
opened the door.
Yeah,
But again,
that's the thing, right? You can have the best
wouldn't
security in the world, but if you don't lock the door, Shaun Preece.
Yeah.
Taking us right back to the start.
even if you're way up
yeah.
on your tech, it can happen to you as well.
That's
It's
the
easily
point.
done. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, look, there are options out there if you are, on a budget and you want to find a new computer. We can maybe help you with that. Some good advice, dare I say.
Well done. More Stephen Scott
Just
recommendations.
buy Geekom. They're really good. Geekom. Really
They really
good.
should sponsor us,
I know they should. They really should. It's actually
Or
starting to
send me a
annoy me now.
computer.
Right, look, that's it from us today. Thank you, as always, and we'll catch you again next time. Thanks, Shaun.
Thank you. Bye-bye.